Romney, he's got to draw blood in this debate. He's got to capitalize on mistakes that the president has made, and the president has made some mistakes in recent weeks. It was a mistake, obviously, I think, to miss sitting down with the world leaders at the United Nations, coming on top of the administration's fumbling of the attacks in Libya. And I think that Romney's got to go after him on a credibility basis on Libya. And that's got to open the door to going after him on a credibility basis on the economy. He's got to erase the wondrous job that Bill Clinton did for the president at the Democratic National Convention. And I think we talked about this speech in our last get-together, but it was a reset moment in this campaign. It totally changed how people evaluate the president's handling of the economy. And now I think, when you look at a house, and you got to get in that house, which Mitt Romney does, you got to go through the open window. And the open window right now is on the administration's handling of Libya. And it's a credibility attack, and I think Romney's going to have to be tough. He's going to have to be aggressive, and maybe that opens the door to getting this back onto a basis, as you said, of a referendum with the president on the economy.
I knew we'd get to a moment of disagreement. Yeah. I think Libya is fool's gold for Romney. The president has a huge lead in terms of who can handle foreign policy and national security. And if I were the president and came after me, and Romney came after me on this, I'd say, look, we put out the information we had at the time we had it. And as the intelligence developed and it became clear that al-Qaeda was involved in this, we were very straightforward about that. And then he could look up and he could say, I just wish the Bush administration had been that honest about the ambiguous intelligence before we went into Iraq. So we'll see whether Romney does it, and we'll see how it works out.
And it would be a dangerous moment for the president, because I do think that when you have an attack by a challenger, particularly on a national security issue, we've all read the magazine articles of the disdain that the president has for his opponent. Do we see some of the peevishness come out? Do we see the president get his dander up?
I'll bet you not.
And if he does, then I think Mitt Romney could have the makings of a good night.
The reason I think it won't happen is Barack Obama is about the best fourth quarter player I've ever seen in politics.
Well,
when things are tough, he's very good, but we'll see.
Yeah, and you haven't been on the other side of him. He makes mistakes, but he very rarely makes the same mistake twice. So, but this is a interesting time in the campaign now. These debates, the stakes just cannot be higher. You're gonna have massive audiences. I think these are going to be the most watched debates in the history of presidential politics over the next couple of weeks, and I think they'll have a lot to do with determining the outcome of the election.